Hey guys, my name's Max and I'm gonna start a new game on Dark Souls. I have played it before, but I've only made it to the Capra Demon, so after that we will have to adventure together if you've never played this game before. I do know a little bit about the beginning and I can help you out on some of that stuff. So let's get this underway.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arched trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity, heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. Witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease, and Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north, where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
Kind of a horrible fate, if you ask me. But it is one that I will take on, and I'll do what I gotta do. Now, for anybody that knows, when you start out in this undead form, it is the ugliest thing ever, and I cannot wait to get humanity. Could be I'm a squander of humanity in this game. I'm not sure. I try not to die as much as possible because I really like the human form a lot better than this hollow form thing. Alright, so I've been through this before, so we're going to move through it kind of quick. I'm not going to stop and read all the messages. For anyone that doesn't know, these messages are ones that are put into the game by the developers to help you understand the controls a little better, get you a good strong start on practicing all those moves that are available. Like that one, there's a kick. I'm trying to do the. Oh, I missed. The jump attack. Then you can sprint around, so on and so forth. Roll. The combat mechanics in this game are very strategic. I love them. You know, it's not like your average meta game today where you just run in and do whatever you want, and that's that. If you try to play this game that way, you're probably gonna die a lot. I know I took that initial approach thinking that it might be one of those games, but I was totally wrong. I was glad that I was wrong, though. It's rare that you see games like these nowadays. And I know that this game is older, and I know the second one is out. I also own the second one, but I figured we'd start with this one. I've never beaten this one. So before we get into the second one, and I'd like to stream that on this channel too, if you guys support me and everything, you know, if all I get are a bunch of hateful comments, I'll probably just go back to my normal gaming life all alone. But I thought I'd like to share it with everyone else around me and so on and so forth. So here we go. And I've heard that if you fight this guy right here, right now, you can get something special that he doesn't drop if you run through here, but I just don't feel like a broken blade is gonna be enough, and that would take a long time, be kind of frustrating. I'd like to just play this kind of safe. Like I said, I don't want to die all the time, and I don't want to make you guys feel like, oh man, why are we watching this noob? So let's head up here and get our sword, and then we'll equip this stuff. Look at him, he's so scared. I have a broken blade, that's all I've got. He's afraid of me. Now he just gave me all the time I need to make sure that I can kill him without any problem. Traversing the white light, such a scary thing to add in this game. I mean, if this game wasn't already scary enough, yes, let's make them squirm and wonder what's gonna happen. A lot of the times there's bosses behind those, and then sometimes there's not. So it's kind of like a lottery, you know. It's like, hey, I've only got 2 flasks left. Do you think I can make this? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe this white light isn't the scary white light. Come on, throw the ball at me. There you go. Oh. Hey there, buddy. Yeah, sure, I'll totally take that. And a key. Do the gifts ever end? Use item. Like I said, right now those are developer made messages. But later on in the game, those will be actual messages written by players. You can only write messages that are predetermined inside the game as far as words are concerned, but there's some customization to it, and it comes in pretty handy because you can warn newer players about what's coming up and coming, and you can also read those to be warned if you yourself are a new player as to what might be coming. And there are plenty of people that still play this game, I have found, actually, even though this is an older game, that I get helpful messages all the time. Saved my life a couple of times. Oh, yes, and then there's these bloodstains. It allows you to see how other noobs who have been here before you might have come to their demise. So, the secondary traversing of the white light here, large door, kind of scary. Looks like lots of bloodstains here. Seems to be a troubling spot for new players. Maybe they'll watch my video and figure it out. Oh, flying already, huh? I just don't understand how this guy can fly. Like, so big, so much weight to drag around on those tiny little wings. With tiny little broken bone wings at that. Oh. Come on, try to hit me with your hammer. You can't. You can't. Oh. Shockwave. Got me on the crash down. Oh! Oh! I did not expect that. Luckily, that missed. I have a feeling I probably would have died there. Those shockwaves. Something else. Time to die. Asylum demon. Ending your reign. And I got my first humanity. I do not know what that rumbling is. Is there another one of these things somewhere? That's kind of scary to think about. Let's just get out of here. I don't even want to know. Well, thanks, developers. I thought I did a fairly decent job, too.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
I'm not sure. Now, while doing some research on this game, I saw somebody else come over here, but they weren't sure what to do either, and I have no idea how to deal with these things. Okay. Do not backstep off the cliff. That is not how you deal with that. I don't know what they do, or maybe you guys know. Maybe you can tell me. Uh, but I don't feel it's really necessary to figure out. So I'm probably going to move on. But maybe if I do a new game plus, I can come back here with the proper whatnot to. Maybe it's a fire spell or something. I was a pyromancer the first time I played this game. But like I said, all I got up to was the Capper Demon.
Give me warm, give me
So we're gonna head up here and go to Firelink Shrine.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall visit.
It's me. I feel special.
Leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lord,
Alright, guys, well, this is as good a time as any, I believe, to just go ahead and use that humanity. Become a little human. I got one humanity, but don't worry. More is on its way. I found through my first game, actually, that, and I'm not sure if this is true because I don't remember getting 3 humanity from this thing, but when I turned human, I got 3 humanity from it, and I also started a game as a wanderer, but I got no farther than right here, and it gave me 3 when I changed human immediately, but I can't remember. I feel like my pyromancer, it only gave me 1. If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me, but in case for new players, I think if you use that humanity right there, it pays off in the long run.
What do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the Undead Asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the Undead Church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
And with that, that's another cool thing that I really liked about this game. I'm gonna go up here and pick up a couple of cool items that will help us out in the beginning of this venture. But I really like how they explain why you see other souls of other players and why sometimes, it can explain why there's other undead adventurers amongst this land. You are not the first. You are not the only chosen undead, so to speak. Which I thought that was really interesting and I really liked about this game, that they actually took the time to explain why there is the availability for multiplayer and the viewing of other players and messages from other players. Now, I know that there are skeletons down here, but when I tried to fight them as my pyromancer, I had a lot of trouble. So what I like to do at this point, I figure later in the game it'll be easier, especially after I get better weapons. But for now, there's just no reason to fight these guys, in my opinion. So we're gonna go up into Undeadburg, which is up this way. Are those skeletons still following me? Oh, I thought I heard footsteps behind me. Get a strong attack in there. We're gonna try the parry here. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys a little trick. Oh, that didn't work out. I'm not very good at that. Never mind. For the sake of moving on, we're just gonna push through the careful, safe way that I've been playing. Fire bombs. Get your fire bombs out of here. Yeah, what, you out of them now? Finally? Alright, taking out all the skeletons. Or zombies. I'm not sure really what you want to call them. They're kind of a combination of the two. For those who don't know, those souls that you'll see me pick up every once in a while, there's many different kinds of them, and they will allow me to, when they're best used near a bonfire, near a merchant, because they will give you a certain amount of souls for whatever kind it is. I find this ring of sacrifice comes in really handy as an early protection to make it so that you don't lose anything upon dying, lose nothing upon dying, but the ring breaks. So it's a one-time use, but I get it for free right there. So I don't see why not to use it as just kind of an early buffer, so that if I died, I won't really lose anything, and I won't have to go back and pick up my body in some detrimental location. It's detrimental to my health to go back for things, you know. You know how it is. All right, and we're gonna go in here, kill this rat, and here I'll get to show you another really cool thing that I like about this game. It takes the time to utilize all kinds of space, and there's a door right here, but I have the master key, so I should just be able to open it, right? But no, I can't. it's it opens from the other side only, which is really cool because that allows you to do the old school. I'm an old school gamer. Like, my very first system was a Sega Genesis ever, and the very first game I ever played on it was Golden Axe, which was another kind of strategic combat, slow moving game style. But those old school games will, utilize the idea of going into one location and trying your best. Are those guys down there already trying to attack me? Oh, that guy has taken notice. Oh, firebomb. Oh, getting kind of low on HP. But you can go around to different locations, and then it brings you back to certain checkpoints, and you get to utilize those checkpoints over again in a new location. And that was the point that I was trying to make and then veered away from. I'll try not to veer away from subjects so randomly. Oh, no. Use another flask. I'm so glad you get 10 flasks from the Firelink Shrine. It's normally only 5. Once you get below 5, anything that you try to pick up along the way, or any bonfire you sit at along the way, you can kindle that, but it takes a humanity to do so. I may be explaining too much. If you're a newer person, I'm sorry. I do know a lot about this game, even though I'm starting it from the beginning. And you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. If you want me to just kind of play through it without hinting upon anything or trying to explain everything, I won't do that, and I'll make it more of just a kind of let's adventure and discuss things as I adventure. There are lots of different enemies in this game. It is wild. But we have gained more humanity. Just more and more humanity every day. I'm becoming more and more human. And that's another thing I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me out with that in the comments. That humanity, is it good to just, I've seen some videos where guys are obviously farther along in the game and they have like 10 humanity on their character already. Myself, I feel sometimes like it's scary to just put a whole bunch of humanity on the character, because what if you get like really far and then all of a sudden you just die? Wouldn't that be horrible? And then you don't get back to your body and now you just lost all of that humanity. But if you keep it in your item list, you get to use it again at the bonfire, and you don't have to worry necessarily. The only thing you lose then are all the souls you collected on the way and or didn't bother to use. Which I've also seen that later in the game, people seem to tend to carry like 20,000, 30,000 souls at a time unspent. I don't know if like they become more confident and they're not afraid anymore of what might happen if they die, and they're confident that they'll make it back to their body. Maybe they're just so pro. Oh, close to death. Gotta drink a flask. Now attack me. Oh. Oh no! And my first death has occurred. Ring retrieval, nice. I've never actually seen how this works. So we'll get to see. Am I still Oh yes, I'm even still human. That's awesome. Well, guys, I think that's enough time for this first video. So if you enjoyed the adventure so far, please like and subscribe, and I will continue doing this. And if you have any comments or suggestions as far as maybe I'm ranting about things that don't matter to you, maybe you'd like to put up some comments, and I can talk about things besides the game while I'm playing it if all you want is some background noise. Or I can continue commenting on what happens at the moment, whatever you guys like the most. Anyway, thank you for supporting me, and have a good evening.